It's not what you say. If it's by what you are preaching, the whole world would have been converted. But we will level with one single life. We destroy everything. It's not about what we say. It's about who we are. Who are you? Not on pulpit. Not who you are on pulpit. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you at home? Who are you to your wife? Who are you to your husband? I don't mean who you are to your leader. To your leader, you are a zealous brother. To your leader, you are a zealous sister. You are a prayer warrior. Prayer machine. If you give me microphone, you can speak in tongues in capital letter. That's what they call capital letter. But when it comes to life, you are zero. So if we don't succeed in what we are discussing now, putting in the circle will be of no use. So when they got to the man, so they quit. And the man they were preaching said, who amongst you is the man smelling, because I can perceive some odor. Only had a good solution, because you would have bought. Only only an issue, she only had an issue. So that is a spear. You know, today is Good Friday. Friday or I get the help of that will be Jesus, maybe. And then tomorrow is Saturday. Yes, Holy Saturday. Yeah. Now something happened on the cross. When they crucified Jesus between the two malefactors, that's the two armed robbers. They came to confirm if they have died. Because nobody needs to be on the cross. The Passover. So when they came to check if they had died, they checked the other armed robber. They saw that this one had not died. They broke his bones to fasten his death. They came to the other armed robber and checked he has not died. And they broke his bones and then to fasten his death. Then when they came to Jesus, that the scriptures must be fulfilled, that his bones were not broken. So when they checked, they discovered that he has already died. They say he has died. So no need to break his bones. The church cannot be divided. Now do you know when they were about to go, one of the soldiers said, let's confirm to make sure he has died. We can't be assuming that he has died just because he's not breathing. He pulled a sword. Listen, your sickle will not work if you don't pass this litmus test. So when they pull the sword, the spear, they pierced it in him, expecting him to react. He didn't react. Something came out from him. Water flowed. Blood flowed. as a typology of life. When they pierce in you, what comes out determines if you have died or not. So when these men that came to put in the sickle came and they said, you amongst you have this smelling mouth, something needed to come out from them. That was a spear. When you go home and your husband begins to insult you and say, like mother, like daughter, can you just get out from here? You're a fool. He is expecting something that will come out. So do you know when they now pierce his brothers? The one that have been with Jesus, you know, life ought to come out. The life of Christ. Because as you go put it in the circle, don't expect people to be clapping for you. They are checking what you carry on the inside. So this one said, look at how your mouth is smelling. And the other one that have not been with Jesus, listen, this putting in the circle is not what you do in a hurry if you have not been with Jesus. You need to allow Jesus to put in his own circle first before you go put it in your own circle. Because there are unwanted lives that needed to be cut off from your own life. There are characters that need to be uprooted. We need to enter the theater first. So this other one, what is on the inside began to come up. And he was just managing it. You know, some of us, we are just managing our life. We are just hiding. We are trying to pretend. We are just some of us are arrogant and proud, but when we come in a meeting like this, we pretend. No, we we are walking back. Like in the church, I was in the church and when the church is mixed, somebody was reversing his car and he mistakenly hit the car of another brother. They just dismissed from church. So so the one that instead was hit came down. But you see him, you know that man was lucky that they are still in the church compound. Oh, I saw something come, but he was just controlling. But not even I can a place like this is not a place to pretend. While we begin to pray, bring your life, connect his life. Don't pretend because you can't pretend for so long. Satan will allow you. You can even join to promote. He will join to be promoting. I have a brother. He was too fast to put in the circle. When he has not collected the life. I repeat, brethren. No matter how in a hurry the king's business may be, never go without a sword. So he came and told me that God is calling him. God is calling him. I said, I'm not against God is calling you, but can you just calm down? Be with Jesus.
Yeah, that's it now. When you want to
connect his life. So you don't go and be a misrepresenter. We have many misrepresenters. That when people see your life, they call the church a scam. Your life has made people to ridicule our Christ. We carry sickle here and there, but we misrepresent the owner of the sickle. And I said, come down, it will say, my generation is waiting for me. I allowed you. Few months later, he came back to me and said, I am now a rebel. I said, you like this? He said, yes. He gave me envelope. I said that there will be matriculation or ordination. I don't know. I said, no problem. One day, a young lady came to my office. I said, I came to report so brother to you. Because I know you know him. So what's the matter? He said, he sleeps in my house. How do you mean? He says he sleeps in my room. Sometimes I'll sleep on the bed, you sleep on the floor. And sometimes you sleep on the bed, I'll sleep on the bed. Simple sister. I said, can you just go straight to the point? Have you slept with him before? She said yes. I said, have you become pregnant for him? She said yes. I said, what happened? You aborted the baby? She said yes. I said, I'll talk to you. He didn't take few days later. This man carrying megaphone. He came to my office. I said, where are you going? Or where are you coming from? He said, I'm coming from Ayamon. I went to put in the circle. I pointed at him and said, when will you give your life to Jesus? He started shaking. Say, how do you mean? I said, why you were coming? Of course, when he was coming, God opened my eyes to see where he was on a very high mountain, but nothing was on that. He was not standing on anything. I said, why you were coming? I saw you on a very high place, but you were standing on nothing. Great shall be your fall. When will you give your life to Jesus? He said, how do you mean? I said, you go about preaching, but you sleep with the girl and you even allow her to abort that baby. You nailed that. I'm finished. People only repent when they are caught. So long as they have not been caught, they remain where they are. There will be great surprises on the last day. You can be everywhere, but not in heaven. You are everywhere, but are you in the kingdom? That's the question. I said, ready now to give my life to Jesus? Who is about to give his life to Jesus? A man that is jumping up and down, putting in the sickle everywhere.
Gịnị ka ị chọrọ ịhụ asị adịghị njike inyefe ndụ n'aka Kraịst. Onye inyefe ndụ n'aka Kraịst bụkwa Reverend onye na-agagharị n'etiti ozi.
So it's about the life.
Ihe a na-ekwu okwu ya bụ maka ndụ ahụ.
That is why Jesus said, no, I'm not saving any of you. You must first of all be with me.
Ọ ya mere Jizọs ji sị ọ na-enye ebe na-ezigbo ị ga-ebu ụzọ bịa ka na gị.
So brethren,
ya mere ọmụmụ
I want to ask you a question.
Achọrọ m ịjụ na gị.
How did you come here?
Otu isi dị ebe a.
How did you emerge to that position where you are?
Otu isi ru n'ogogo ahụ ị nọ.
How?
Otu isi bịaruo ebe ahụ.
In Matthew 22, when the feast was held, a man entered and the owner of the feast came and said, friend, how did you enter here?
Na Matthew isi iri abụọ na abụọ, onye nwe ọgbakọ oriri ahụ batara ya ahụ ofu nwoke ya jụọ ya, enyi m, otu isi bata ebe a.
How did you enter here?
Otu isi bata ebe a.
Not putting on a wedding garment.
Iyi gị uwe eji eme mmemme.
Because everybody that must enter must collect this garment at the door.
Onye ọbụla nke ga-abata ebe ahụ a ga-enye ya uwe mmemme site n'ọnụ ụzọ.
So how did you enter? Not putting in something we give free of charge.
Otu isi bata. Enyeghị ihe a na-enye onye ọbụla na-efu, ala anaghị ego, ala akwụ ụgwọ, a na-enye ya n'efu. Otu isi bata.
And what is the garment?
Gịnị bụ uwe ahụ?
Righteousness of the saints.
Ezi omume nke ndị nsọ.
This is why sometimes even your husband we ask you and say, how did you even become prayer leader with this kind of life? That's the same question. How did you enter here?
Ọtụtụ mgbe ndị nwa maka ma di gị nọ ya sị kedu otu isi bụrụ onye isi na chọọchị unu na ndụ nka. Ọ ya mere ebisi otu isi maka ebe a.
Not putting on the wedding garment.
Iyi gị uwe ya gbara.
How do you become youth coordinator? Putting in the circle without having the life of Jesus.
Otu isi bụrụ onye isi ndị youth. Ya na-eji ewe ihe ubi kama ndụ Kraịst adịghị niile.
Brethren,
Ụmụnna,
if our circle must be effective, we must collect the life of
ọ bụrụ na ihe a ga-eji tinye ihe ubi ga-adị mma dị nkọ, ndụ Kraịst ga-adị n'ime.
It's not a circle you put in arrogance.
Ọ bụghị ihe a na-etinye na anyị na isi.
It's not a circle you put with pride.
Ọ bụghị ihe a na-etinye na nganga.
It's not a circle you put having enviousness in your heart.
Ọ bụghị ihe a na-etinye n'iro na ekworo.
A generation that the preacher and interpreter they are not in good terms, yet you are interpreting and I'm preaching.
Ọgbọ anyị nọ n'ime ya na onye na-ekwusa na mmụọ na-asụgharị anyị abụọ nọ n'iro kama anyị na-ekwusa ozi.
You know, Bible study was going on in a class I was many years ago.
Na enwe ebe ọ nọ na-amụ ihe a na-enwe ọmụmụ ihe na-aga.
And the message, the topic was something that has to do with soul winning, preaching and evangelism.
Isiokwu ya bụ na ị ga-apụta mkpụrụ obi.
And in one of the questions they asked, what are the hindrances to reaching out, that's so preaching the gospel?
Okwu ajụjụ dị na ọmụmụ ihe ahụ bụ gịnị bụ ihe ga-ebute mkpochi n'ikwusa ozi.
And one of the points that they wrote down was sin.
Okwu ihe isi ya bụ mmehie.
I raised my hand.
Na-eweli aka ya elu.
I said, we have passed this level.
Anyị agafeela ogogo anyị nọ.
Where sin can hinder us from preaching.
Ebe mmehie ga-egbochi anyị ịga iso ozi ọma.
We have passed that level in the present day church.
Anyị agafeela ebe ahụ ugbu a anyị nọ na nsọ.
Sin does no longer hinder anybody from putting in the secret.
Mmehie adịghị ndị mmadụ iti ya ihe iwe n'ibi.
Somebody that finished quarreling with a wife can still come up to preach on the topic forgiveness and the heart will not preach him.
Onye ya na nwunye ya lụchara ọgụ nwere ike ịbịa ebe a na-ekwusa maka mgbaghara kama ya na nwunye ya nọkwa n'ilo. Onwe obi ya ga-amakwa ya ikpe.
A proud and arrogant person can come up and say, my topic is humility. Humility.
Onye mpako na onye yi isi ga-abịa ya eguzosi na isiokwu nta bụ mwetu onwe na.
Somebody that have eaten the church money can come up to say, my topic is faithfulness.
Onye riri ego chọọchị ga-abịa ya eguzo ya sị na isiokwu nta bụ ikwesị ntụkwasị obi.
So we are part of it.
Anyị agafeela ọgbọ ahụ.
Where somebody will not go preaching because of the relationship we have with Jesus.
Ebe mmadụ ga-aga ikwusa n'ihi na o nwere ihe ya na Jizọs nwetara.
Something that someone that cannot go preach because there's something he needed to reconcile.
Onye na-achọghị ka ọ ga-ekwusa ozi ọma n'ihi na o nwere ihe ọ chọrọ imezi na ndụ ya.
Have you been with Jesus?
Ya na Jizọs ọrụ.
Have you been to him for cleansing?
Ị bịakwutewo ya maka nsacha.
Is there nothing that this sickle needed to remove from your life?
Mma ya ga-ewe ihe ubi iche gị n'okwu o nwere ihe o kwesịrị iwepụ na ndụ gị.
Can you release yourself to him?
Ị nwere ike hapụrụ onwe gị.
It doesn't matter how far. Let me share this and I pray.
Echekwala na n'oge adịghị.
Before I got born again,
Tupu ya echegharịa nyefe ndụ ya n'aka Kraịst.
I have been preaching.
Ọ na ha ekwusa ozi ọma.
I'll share my story and I pray.
Ọ ga-akọrọ anyị akụkọ ya mgbe ebere.
Because that is one of the major things that will hinder you.
N'ihi na ihe a bụ otu ihe ga-egbochi gị.
You might be saying, "Oh, I've gone far. People have known me. So how can I now start afresh?"
Ị ga-asị ya ọ dị nwanyị kwusara ka otu gaji bịa malite n'isi. Ọ dị nwanyị.
No matter how far you have been on the wrong lane, you can never get to your right destination.
Otu o wee iji na-agba n'ụzọ na ụzọ ahụ ị na-aga abụghị ụzọ ị chọrọ ịga ị ga-eru ebe ya.
I'm preaching now.
Nna ha ekwusa.
When I'm going to Lagos, I preach in the north.
Mgbe m na-aga Lagos, na-ekwusa na ụgbọala.
In my life, when we do our business, when we are having our live program, I preach.
Ebe ha na-azụ ahịa na ọgba ahịa, ọ na-ekwusa ozi ọma.
I sing.
Ọ na-abụ abụ.
When I sing praises, people will flow. So we kneel down and be happy. But I know that I am not born again.
Mgbe ọ gara abụ abụ otuto, ụfọdụ egwu ikpere n'ala na-ebe akwa kama ya onwe ya ma na ụka akịrị.
No, I know now.
Ọ ma na ọ bụ.
Because even while I am preaching, I still had a dear friend.
Dịka ọ na-ekwusakwa ozi ọma, ọ bụ enyi ya nwaanyị ha abụọ na-agbalị.
I conduct service in my church.
Ọ na-ahazi nzukọ na
You know what?
church.
Any Sunday I conduct service, the
Sunday-
church will be on fire.
Sunday ọbụla ọ bụ onye na-ahazi chọọchị ụbọchị ahụ, onye ọbụla ga-aṅụrị ọṅụ.
And after service, people will come and be shaking and say, anything you conduct service, I used to like, I used to feel. They don't know that the person they are shaking does not know Jesus.
Mgbe ọ na-agbasa chọọchị, ndị mmadụ anaghị aka ha ịbụ ihu na ọ ya mere ụbọchị ọbụla ị na-ahazi chọọchị obi ga-adị anyị mma kama ha makwanịghị na onye ha na-ana aka amaghị Jizọs.
But deep down my heart,
Kama n'ime obi ya
I was afraid.
ụjọ na-atụkwa ya.
Deep inside my heart,
N'ime obi ya,
I knew that something was wrong.
ọ maara na Kraịst abataghị.
Deep down my heart,
N'ime obi ya,
I knew that something was wrong.
ama m na o nwere ihe mebiri na ndụ
Until one day,
ruo otu ụbọchị.
I came back from Lagos.
Ya esi Lagos bata.
I entered my shop.
Ya banye ebe ọ na-azụ ahịa.
You know, I have messages in my shop.
O nwere ozi ọma ndị ekwusachara.
That was the kind of life I was living.
O dịka ndụ ọ na-ebi.
In the morning, I'll put messages. I put message in my
N'ụtụtụ ya etinye ozi ọma ya na-ekwusa.
We are in Thursday, the Lord, and we
Onye
preaching.
nwaanyị sịrị anyị akwusara ya.
Then in the afternoon,
O ruo na mgbe Ikepe Grove,
I'll put Lucky Dube.
ya etinye egwu nwoke a na-akpọ Lord Dube.
Put Osadebe.
Ya etinye Ọsadebe.
Put Timaya.
Ya etinye Timaya.
I give to God in the morning, and I serve the devil in the afternoon.
N'ụtụtụ ya kpọbata onye nwaanyị onye isi oche. N'abalị ya kpọbata onye nke anya.
That's how some of us, our phones are. You open your phone, you have worship song, you also have worldly song. Choose you this day whom thou shalt serve.
Otu ọ dị ọtụtụ n'ime anyị n'ebe a na foonu gị ị nwere nke ị na-eji asị Jizọs good morning na olukwa na mgbe anyị asị esi onye nwe oche ekwentị gị akwa na-ewere ebiere ụzọ n'igwe.
In your phone, you have Holy Bible.
Na foonu gị ị nwere akwụkwọ nsọ.
You also have pornography.
Ị nwekwara
Inside the same phone.
ị nwekwara ebe a na-ele ndị gba ọtọ n'otu foonu ha.
In your wardrobe, you have good clothes that covers your nakedness. In the same wardrobe, you have show back and show breast. You have not made your
Aga ebe ị na-ekowe akwa gị ị nwere akwa na-ekpuchi gị ọtọ n'otu ebe ha na-ekowe akwa iwekwa nke ebe yiri ya ala ahụ azụ gị ahụ ndị ya.
In your fridge, you have some drink. In the same fridge, you have alcohol that will lead you to drunkenness. You have not made your choice.
Abịa na ebe a na-etinye ihe na-ajụ oyi n'ime ya nke na-adịghị aba n'anya nọkwa n'ebe ahụ, n'otu n'ime ya ahụ nke na-abakwa n'anya nọ n'ebe ahụ. Biko kpebiere onwe gị onye ga-eketa.
After your quiet time, you say Jesus. After fellowship with Jesus, you now have your phone, call your girlfriend, and you begin to talk rubbish. My brother, you are losing. A hypocrite is losing. You are not here, you are not there.
N'ụtụtụ iji ike gụta Baịbụl gị ịgụcha ya ngwa ngwa ị na-agụpụta tupu gị ịgụchala enyi gị nwaanyị eziterela gị text message.
How was your night?
Ha sị gị ikukwara ụlọ ọfụma.
And something is saying that if you die, you go to heaven. God will not manage anybody.
And obi gị na-agwapalị na ọ bụrụ na ị nwụọ ị ga-aga ọkụ mmụọ.
And you will not manage anybody.
Chineke anaghị eme.
You are either here or there.
Chineke bụ ọ bụrụ na ị nọ ebe a ma ọ gị nọ ebe a.
So that I came back from there.
Ụbọchị ahụ ya esi Lagos lọta.
I sat on my seat.
Ya nọdụ n'oche ya.
I inserted a message.
Ya etinye ihe mmadụ ozi ọma na redio ya.
That was the moment heaven decided to show me mercy.
Ụbọchị ahụ bụ ụbọchị eluigwe kpebi imere ya ebere.
The topic of that message says dangerous combination.
Na isiokwu ozi ọma ahụ ọ na-ege bụ ihe dị egwu ịgbakọ itinye ihe dị egwu abụọ.
There was a single statement that dragged me to Jesus.
O nwere naanị okwu mkpụrụ okwu dọpụtara ya dọga.
The preacher quoted Timothy. I can't lay hand on that exact verse of the Timothy.
Onye na-ebute okwu so ozi ọma ahụ kwuru maka akwụkwọ Timothy.
He said there are people
Ọ sị na enwere ndị
whose sins will go before them.
Ndị mmehie ha ga-aga n'ihu ha.
And there are others.
O nwere ndị nke ha.
Their sins will come after them.
Na mmehie ha ga na-eso ha n'azụ.
He said the people their sins will come before them.
Na ndị nke mmehie ha ga na-eso ha n'azụ.
Are those people.
Ọ bụ ndị ahụ.
Who while on earth.
Mgbe ha nọ n'ụwa.
They were known for Jesus.
Onye ji n'aha bụ onye nke.
They were known for the gospel.
Onye ji n'aha bụ ozi ọma.
They were known for the word of God.
Onye ji n'aha bụ okwu Chineke.
But they are secret sinners.
Kama ha bụ ndị mmehie nke nzuzo.
He said, why they are alive.
Sị mgbe ha nọ ndụ.
They came up one day.
Ha pụtara n'ụbọchị ofu ụbọchị.
And opened up to people.
Ha ekwupụtara ndị mmadụ.
And said, you knew me as a child of God.
Ị maara m dịka onye mmehie. Ị maara m dịka nwa Chineke.
But I am not.
Kama bụ ụmụ nwa Chineke.
You thought I am a sister.
Iche na m bụ ezigbo nwanne nwaanyị n'ime Kraịst.
I am not.
Abụghị m.
You took me as a saint.
Ị were ya m dịka onye nsọ.
I am not.
Abụghị m onye nsọ.
He said, those kind of people, they will mock them.
Na ndị ahụ agakwa ha emo.
People will castigate them. So you have been deceiving us.
Ndị mmadụ ga-asị, ọ bụrụ onye ha wogbu anyị.
So you have been deceiving us.
Onye na ha wogbu anyị.
They will mock them.
Ha ga-akwa gị emo.
He said, but it's better.
Ọ sị kama ọ ka mma.
That those people, while they are confessing their sin,
Mgbe ndị ahụ na-ekwupụta mmehie ha.
the sin has gone before them.
Mmehie ha gara n'ihu ha.
Came before Jesus.
Ya n'ihu Jizọs.
And the blood will handle it.
Maka Jizọs ekpuchie ya.
Before their arrival.
Tupu ha bịara n'ihu Jizọs.
He said, but the other people,
Kama ndị nke ọzọ,
which was where I belong,
ebe ya onwe ya nọrọ.
their sins will come after them.
Mmehie ha so ha n'azụ na-abịa.
While they were on earth,
Mgbe ha nọ n'ụwa,
people thought they belonged to Jesus.
ndị mmadụ chere na ha bụ ndị nke Kraịst.
They kept pretending,
Ha na-ezo onwe ha.
committing sin in the secret.
Nọrọ n'akụkụ na-eme mmehie.
Unfortunately,
Na-amaghị ama,
they died.
ha nwụrụ.
And when they died,
Ngwa ngwa ha nwụrụ,
the brethren chartered bus
ụmụnna ha yata bọs.
and printed poster, a saint have departed.
Ha dee na ebe posta ya onye nsọ ahụ.
Glorious entrance into kingdom.
Na ịba ya na alaeze nke ebi ebube.
They will even host a crusade in honor to this perfect sin. So
ha aga n'ihu na-eme ma inye ọgwụ n'efu na ikwusa ozi ọma n'aha nwanna anwụ anwụ.
And anybody you ask,
onye ọbụla nke ị chọrọ,
you will tell you that by this time,
ọ ga-asị n'ụbọchị a
he's already dining and wining with God.
na onye nke a anyị bịara ili ha ya na onye nwaanyị nọ na-aṅụrụta n'otu iko.
And this saint will now be coming before the Lord.
onye nsọ agaghị abịa n'ihu onye nwaanyị
Not knowing
na-amaghị ama
his sins.
na mmehie ya na ya na-asị. mmehie ya na ya na-asị.
He refused to open up.
Ọ chọghị ikpughe.
Why on earth?
Mgbe ọ nọ n'ụwa,
And the sins were following.
mmehie ya na ya na-asị.
Only for him to appear before
ngwa ngwa ọ bịara n'ihu onye nwaanyị.
God. So yes, who are you?
onye nwaanyị sị onye ka ị bụ?
So I am a simple Peter.
Abụ m onye ozi gị nụ.
I'm a child of God.
Abụ m nwa gị.
God will say,
Chineke ga-asị ya,
remove your mask.
sị kpụpụ ihe ikpu n'ihu.
Your true identity shall be known.
ngwa ngwa ihe ịbụ apụta ihe.
So why people are singing your praise on
Ee,
earth?
ndị mmadụ nọ n'ụwa na-abụ abụ gị n'ụwa.
That person will be in hell.
Onye ahụ ga-anọ n'ọkụ mmụọ
Machine his teeth.
na-atụ praise.
Have you been with Jesus?
Ya na Jizọs ọ nọwo.
Shall I ask you?
Ya bụrụ n'ụwa ekpere.